Let us now discuss the concept of beyond conjunctive concepts. So what do you mean by conjunctive concept? Length is equal to 3, 5, range 3, 5, and wake equal to S and teeth equal to many. This type of forms are called as conjunctive forms. Now, such conjunctive concepts is called conjunctive or hypothesis space or whatever it is. We have already discussed about all these things. Now, beyond conjunctive concepts, what are called beyond conjunctive concepts? Here, beyond conjunctive concepts are two things. One is horn theory, and the other one is using first order logic. Let us discuss now the horn theory. What do you mean by horn theory? Right. It is almost equal to what we already discussed, conjunctive concepts. But here, some notation is different, as simple as this. What is the notation here we use? See, A implies B. What do you mean by this? Here, A is a conjunction of literals. Conjunction means and or not something. Conjunction. So combination of literals with conjunctions, right? And B, but B is a single literal. Example, you can have like teeth many, and length is equal to 3 implies big. So this is the notation. A implies B. Here in A consisting of conjunctive literals. Conjunctive literals means not single literal, my dear friends. Conjunctive literals, combination of more than one literal is A, but B is a single literal. So this type of, this is the notation we are going to use in our horn theory. Here we use the logic of Boolean features. What do you mean by Boolean features? Boolean features is nothing. Boolean features means, now if you have length is equal to 3, this is okay. We write F if F is true. We write not F or negation F if F is false. For suppose length is 3. How do we do this? It's simple. Short length. We say short length. Short length means here short is 3. Short length means length is equal to 3. That is the meaning of short length, my dear friends. This is just notation used in horn theory. And to make it very simple, we use this Boolean features. Very simple. Boolean features means, now long, what do you mean by long length? Short length is 3, long length is 4, or something like this. This is how we use only true, false. Future can accept only true or false, as simple as this. Now, horn class. What do you mean by class? Class, the term is almost similar to literal. So when we drop literal, when we add literals, my dear friends, very important. Uncovered positive examples. If the conjunctive concept uncovers a positive example, then we drop one literal. We drop the end literal. Then it covers some more positive examples. When we add literals, when it is covering negative examples, my dear friends, when it is covering negative examples, then we add some more conditions. Then negative example automatically will be dropped. No, that is called adding literals and dropping literals. The same mechanism is used even in horn class, my dear friends. If a horn theory does not cover a positive, we need to drop all clauses that violate the positive. So we represent that with this A tends to B or A implies B. A implies B violates a positive. If all literals in the conjunction A are positive, true, but B is false, then we drop B. So this is the notation we are going to use in Horn clause. Let me tell you, what do you mean by a Horn clause? Horn clause. Horn clause is nothing but, see, this is called Horn clause, my dear friends. A implies B. A implies B. What do you mean by A? All the literals of A are true, but B is a single literal which is false. So such expression is called as Horn clause. Horn clause. See, normally when we drop literals, so if our conjunctive concept is uncovering a particular positive example, is uncovering a particular positive, is covering only one positive example, my dear friend. It is not covering the other positive example. Then what we do? We drop one literal. Suppose we eliminate bake, so that it covers it covers no more than one. So in the same way, when we add literals, then our conjunctive concept is covering a negative example, my dear friends. Then we add literal, so that if you add some more condition, then automatically that will be supposed. So, right. Now, class term is almost similar to literal. From now onwards, we use what is called class. A Horn class. A Horn class is one, A to B, where A is a conjunctive class and B is a single class. So in this case, so this is what A is anni true and A, but B lo matram B valla violate avutundi kabatti B ni pakkaki tosesam. This is called Horn class antaru. Let us see. Now let us learn this. No, inkoncham terminology chuddam. Many teeth and gills and short and not bake can be explained as teeth is equal to many, gills is equal to yes, length short ante length is equal to 3, and bake not bake ante not bake is equal to true ante bake becomes no. This is how we just boolean features toti ila marchesamo. So many teeth. So in this case not bake can be converted as a Horn class by just many teeth and gills and short implies bake. So here we drop bake. That is the meaning of Horn clause. Very simple, my dear friends. Next, no Horn clause. Similarly, some more examples. For example, many teeth and gills and not short and not bake. We can write Horn clauses as many teeth and gills implies short. Many teeth and gills implies bake. This is how Horn clauses are represented or shown. Horn clauses are represented or shown. Let us now derive an algorithm, learn an algorithm called as, right. Now, see here, what is that? This algorithm. What is this algorithm? Right. Let us learn an algorithm called as Horn MBEQ. Horn, H-O-R-N. Horn is our algorithm name is Horn, which takes MB and EQ. So that is what we are going to learn. What is MB and what is EQ? Let us learn now. What is MB and what is EQ? Let us learn now. Right. So algorithm maintains a list of negative examples. We are going to derive an F or target F with negative examples, my dear friends, not positive. Rather than simply adding a new negative example to the list, it tries to find. We just don't add a new negative example to the list only. But in just now, to find negatives with fewer literal set to tree. ఉన్న నెగటివ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ లో వాటిల్లో నుండి ఫ్యూవర్ లిటరల్ సెట్ టు ట్రూ, దాంట్లో ఏవైతే ఉన్న నెగటివ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ లో ఫ్యూవర్ లిటరల్ సెట్ టు ట్రూ అలాంటి వాటిల్నే యాడ్ చేయబోతున్నాం. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డూ నౌ. బట్ బిఫోర్ గోయింగ్ టు ద యాక్చువల్ అల్గారిథం, we need to learn about the assumptions made in this algorithm. We have access to a membership called Oracle MB. It is a membership functional which tells us whether a particular member, particular example, we don't know the working condition of this Oracle MB, my dear friends, but Oracle MB tells us what it tells us. Whether if I give a particular example, it tells me whether it is a member of the concept we are looking for. So నేను ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ దానికి ఇచ్చేస్తే ఒరాకిల్ ఎంబీ ఏం చెప్తుంది, అది మనకి కాన్సెప్ట్ మనం లెర్నింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ లో ఉన్నదా లేదా అనేది చెప్పేస్తుంది ఒరాకిల్ ఎంబీ. సో అవర్ వర్క్ ఈజ్ సింపుల్, నో నీడ్ టు చెక్. సో ఇఫ్ we contact Oracle, hello Oracle MB, this is my example అంటే చాలు, అది చెప్పేస్తుంది అది మన లెర్నింగ్ లో ఉందా కాదా అని చెప్పేస్తుంది. దట్ ఈస్ అవర్ అసంప్షన్. అండ్ ద సెకండ్ అసంప్షన్ ఈస్ access to an equivalence, Oracle EQ. Oracle EQ also, which either tells us that our current hypothesis H is logically equivalent to the target formula. మనం ఏం చెక్ చేయం, we don't check here, but we follow Oracle EQ. ఈ Oracle EQ ఏం చెప్తుంది, మనం ఇచ్చే H, మనం తయారు చేసే H మన టార్గెట్ ఫార్ములాకి ఈక్వల్ గా ఉందా లేదా అదే చెక్ చేసుకొని చెప్పేస్తుంది, వెదర్ దే ఆర్ లాజికల్లీ ఈక్వల్ ఆర్ నాట్. ఒకవేళ లాజికల్ ఈక్వల్ కాకపోతే ఆర్ ఎల్స్ it automatically produces a counter example that can either be false positive or false negative. These are the two assumptions made before going to this algorithm. My dear friends, we are going to write an algorithm called as Horn MB comma EQ, Horn MB comma EQ. We are taking in this example a list of negative examples. List of negative examples, my dear friends, remember, very, very, very important. It is a clever algorithm where we are not adding simply the negative examples, my dear friends, but trying to find negatives with fewer literals true. Fewer literals true. That is my fewer literals true. Alanti examples తీసుకొని we are trying to develop an algorithm. Let us now see the algorithm. Now input equivalent Oracle EQ, membership Oracle MB. Horn theory H is equivalent to target formula F or not. Now H true. Let us take the first H true. Yes, a set infinite. So empty initially. See, EQ of H. What is EQ? Oracle EQ returns counter example or H is equal to the target. ఇది రెండే ఇస్తుందండి. EQ of H. EQ of H returns. Our assumption, EQ is our assumption, my dear friends. EQ of H returns ఒకటి. ఏమి ఇస్తుంది? ఒకటి. కౌంటర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అన్నా ఇస్తుంది. కౌంటర్ ఆర్ టార్గెట్. మన టార్గెట్ రీచ్ అయింది అని చెప్తారు. దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఇట్ ఇస్. సో EQ of H returns కౌంటర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇచ్చింది అనుకో, అంటే which is not equal, కౌంటర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇచ్చేదాకా you repeat this. Whenever it doesn't return a counter example, you come out అని అర్థం. So let us name this counter example as X, counter example as X. If X violate at least one clause of H, and X violate just one clause of H, then X is called false negative. In such case, specialize H by removing every clause that X violates. So remove chesi. Eppudu remove chestam indaka. So remember, remove eppudu chestam. So it is uncovering some positives, or it is covering, no, it is false negative, uncovering some more positives. So that when that is the case, remove every clause that X violates, so appudu short అయిపోతుంది కదా, ఆటోమేటిక్ గా మనకి వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఒకవేళ no అంటే we have to add. So deletion, dropping a clause is very simple. My dear friends. But adding positives, that is where we have to use the algorithm in a clever manner. This is what we are else part. The else part says find the first negative example. My dear friends. Yes belongs to capital S such that Z is equal to S intersection S. Small s intersection S has fewer true literals than S. S kante takku unde fewer true literals. Only consider true literals. What itote Z is equal to S intersection Xj. And then MB of Z. MB of Z means what is our assumption? MB of Z. See, Oracle MB, which tells us whether a particular example is a member of the concept we are learning or not. So now here we say if MB of Z labels it as negative, and MB of Z ganaka adi negative iste. In such case, add. Say find the first negative example S such that X belongs to S such that no Z is equal to S intersection X, where X has true literals, fewer true literals, and MB of Z labels it as a negative. If such example exists, my dear friends, then replace S in S with Z. Is Z toti replace cheyi. This is more important. Else append X to the end of S. Append X. Only this is the main logic of this. ఎప్పుడైతే ఇలాంటి ఒక కండిషన్ తో ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఉంటే then you have to replace S with Z. ఒకవేళ లేకపోతే append the given X. X అంటే ఏంటి? కౌంటర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. ఆ కౌంటర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ని just S కి యాడ్ చేయి. So this is the main logic here, and this is the main logic. This is the important thing. This is the clever part of the algorithm is this. So this is the clever part of the algorithm. Now H is equal to true, and ఇప్పుడు దాకా మనం H తీసుకోలేదండి. ఇప్పుడు దాకా S capital S small s తీసుకున్నాం. Now for all S belongs to small capital S, do if P the conjunction of literals true in S, Q the set of all literals false in S, P true literals, Q false literals, then for all Q belongs to Q, do H is equal to H and P implies Q. H అంటే H intersection H కి యాడ్ చేయి. ఏమిటి? P implies Q. This is important, my dear friends. సో అంత ముందులో ఉన్న H ట్రూ తీసుకున్నాం, జస్ట్ ట్రూ అవుతుంది. ఇది యాడ్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఏంటిది? conjunction of literals true. So this is going to be added to our H. This is our algorithm. This is what is. We can see with an example also. Let us see with an example. See, for example, our target this is this. For example, our target horn clause is this. If our right, We can see with an example. This is our target horn class. Now, by looking at this, it produces 12 positive examples. We are not bothering about the positive examples. We are only bothering about negative examples. Let us take the 4 negative examples. N1 is many teeth and gills and short and not baked. N2 is many teeth, gills, not short and baked. And N3 is not short, not baked. And N4 is not gills, not baked. Now, by using N1, my dear friends, generate a new hypothesis from S. Steps 9 to 13, my dear friends. 9 to 13. దీని వల్ల మనకి ఏమొచ్చింది చూడండి. 9 to 13 ఏమొచ్చింది? See, many teeth. See, this becomes many teeth and gills and short. Now implies bake. Implies bake. By using N1, we can get this. It's very simple. Next. And the next counter example is the false positive N2. False positive N2. We form the intersection with N1, which is already in S to C. So if we can get negative example with fewer literals set to true. So that is step 7. The result is equal to N3. So the membership oracle will confirm this as negative. And we now replace N1 in S with N3. So this is the condition. We then rebuild H from S, which gives us many teeth. Gills implies short and many teeth and gills implies vague. What are the advantages of this Horn algorithm? First, it is an active learning algorithm. Rather than learning from a provided data set, it constructs its own training example and asks the membership oracle to label them. They label them as negative or positive something. Secondly, the core of the algorithm is the list of cleverly chosen negative examples from which the hypothesis is periodically rebuilt. The intersection step is very crucial. We form the intersection of a new negative X and an existing one belongs to X. That is an example with only those literals set to true, which are true in both X and S, and pass the result to Z to the membership oracle to check whether it belongs to the target concept or not. This is the advantage of Horn algorithm, my dear friends. One that is beyond our conjunction concept is using first order logic. See, this is completely a mathematical notation. We need to know, revise the terminology. What do you mean by proposition? A statement that is either true or false is called proposition. Generally we use capital A, capital B, capital P, capital Q as notation, my dear friends. Compound proposition. What do you mean by compound proposition? Two or more propositions are combined by using logical connectives like logical and, logical or, implication, etc. We call that as compound proposition. What do you mean by predicate logic or first order logic? Predicate logic or first order logic? Predicate logic or first order. A predicate logic is one in which propositions are expressed in terms of predicates, variables, and quantifiers. Predicate logic is one in which propositions means true statements, true statements or false statements are expressed in terms of predicates, variables, and quantifiers. Such one is called a predicate logic. Now, what do you mean by predicate? A propositional variable is called a predicate. A propositional variable is called predicate. For example, P of X, this is called predicate. The value of this is true or false. X having pair of gills. X having pair of gills. P of X states that X is having pair of gills. That is how it is. For example, many teeth and gills short. If Y is having many teeth and gill, then the length is 3 meters. T of X having many teeth. T of X means having many teeth. G of X means having pair of gill. L of X means having 3. So this can be represented as T of X and J of X implies L of X. Next, what are called quantifiers? Normally there are two quantifiers in mathematics. One is universal quantifier, also called as for all x, for all x, for all x, for all x. Existential quantifier, there exists, there exists, there exists. So now, what do you mean by domain? I think you all might be knowing what do you mean by domain. The domain here is all the creatures in a sea. For suppose this quantifier can be expressed like for all x, for all x, for all creatures in the sea, body part x comma pair of gill. X comma pair of gill means, see, this is a predicate, pair of gill means, so yes, it is having two pair of gills. That is what it is. X comma pair of gill. Then it is definitely fish. This is a fish. This is how it is expressed. Now, what are the terminology terms called as unification and anti-unification? We can see with an example, right? The body part of X comma pair of gill describing the object that are having pair of gills. This is pair of gill. This is a proposition. Pair of gill. This having two pairs. Body part dolphin 42 comma pair of Y. This is again describing another variable, my dear friends. This is a proposition, but this is another variable describing the body parts that are having pair of. So the following two terms are their unification and anti-unification respectively. This is called pair of gill describing dolphin 42 as having pair of gills. It is called unification describing the objects that are having unified body parts. That is called anti-unification. This is what it is. Thank you.